Is it possible to love people with all you've got and still be you? I explore for those of us who have a little passive-aggressive tendencies with people who are closest to us. This video is for you. Let's do this. I personally take pride in being a very proactive person. I have learned along the way that, hey, if I put a little bit of intention and planning around something, I can make things happen the way I want them to. And also, there's still a lot of places in my life where I happen to be passive aggressive. And fun is one of them, especially if I want to have fun that is different from the fun other people around me want to have. Yep, no, I'll just do whatever you want to do. Like, these people-pleasing tendencies come up just like that, like old patterns. And guess where they come up the most? Around my parents and my brother. I love them to pieces, and I have a really stubborn tendency to just be like, oh yeah, no, I'll just do whatever you want to do. I completely let go of any possible fun, even as a thought, let alone taking action on it. And it really has nothing to do with them anymore. It's just me. It's totally me. That being said, I recently went up to Vermont to visit my brother, and my parents were there, and it was the perfect opportunity for me to go into my sad sack ways, which looks like, oh, I'll just sit in a corner and read, and I'll just be here for everybody else. I'll just do what everybody else is doing. That's fine. Like that, I'm happy. Really, I'm happy. I love it here. I went from that to having a total blast, and frankly, having way more fun with my family in the process. So I wanted to share with you a couple of shifts that I've gone through in my brain, but also some actions that I took that just turned a very people-pleasing, gross, passive-aggressive situation into a whole lot of fun. So if you ever wrestle with those tendencies, this is for you. And the first thing that I did differently was make sure that I had an activity that I like to do that I could just do on my own, because my brother is really busy these days, even when he's in Vermont on a weekend. And my parents are kind of, they're a little bit lower energy these days. So I brought my bike. I just got a new e-bike in August, and I brought it up, and I got in 2 incredible rides. First, I'm a very early riser, so I started off with a gorgeous bike ride that I was like testing out the e-bike to see if it could go up the big mountain that my brother lives on. And so I just took my dog and went down the mountain, and lo and behold, like, it made it up the entire gigantic hill. It was incredible. And all of this before anyone came down for breakfast, right? Super fun. We all went to a jolly farmer's market. I went and got my bike again and took like a 2-hour bike ride on my own. My mom is sort of in a place where she likes to rest a lot and just chill. So I'm like, you know what? You do that. I'll leave you the little dog to snuggle because they're in love with each other. And I just went on the bike, went up to Rutland, which is in southern Vermont, and enjoyed a whoopie pie festival. And I got back and had plenty of time to just spend some moments with my mom afterwards. What's an activity that I really love that I can do on my own? So the second thing that I did was do something that took me out of the comfort bubble, the comfortable family bubble, something that I've been doing on this channel a few times, and that is going to a bar by myself. So both nights I had really nice dinners with my family, had that nice connection time, and then I took myself to local bars. First at an inn in a small town, and second to kind of an upscale hotel bar. Both times I was talking to locals, and it was really great. Like, I just haven't been in the habit of that. Like, I go to Vermont usually and just stay with my family, and that's it. It's so fun to get out there and just meet people, especially if they're from the area, which I got to do, and hear about restaurants and fun things to do in the area and what their favorite aspects of the farmer's market were and things like that. And then when I came back to the house, my dad was really curious, like, hey, how did it go? He's not a guy that usually asks me questions like that. And he was like, oh, I used to go to bars as a young man, and that's how we met people. It's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. And we just had a nice little chat. So me going on my own adventure made it so much more fun to hang out with my family. So there I was with people I knew very well, and it would have been very easy just to like stay with them, as I've said multiple times. But this time I actually reached out to a friend who lives sort of nearby and scheduled a hike/brunch with her. It was supposed to be a hike, it turned into a brunch, and we had an absolute blast. This was on Sunday morning after my parents had left. My brother was kind of doing his thing. He loves to do projects on his own, so I'm like, I'll just go hike with my friend Karen. We met in Manchester and had an absolutely delightful brunch, and it was amazing. Like then I just went back to the house, packed up, and left. What? I get to have my own fun and have my own friends? This sounds ridiculous, I know, but man, it's like baked into me when I'm around these particular humans. I just offer this because I'm sure you're not as passive aggressive or as passive, frankly, as I am. So if I can manage it, this is a very simple step for you to manage any situation where you're like, gosh, I can't do anything. I have to do what everyone else does. Meh. Like, yes, you can, my friend. Fourth is something kind of obvious, and it can go either way, which is doing my own work up there. This is another way to just establish that, like, hey, I'm living my own life. No matter how important everybody else's life and work is, I got my own thing going. I brought my gimbal, tripods, and yoga gear, and I actually filmed my entire yoga routine that I've developed over like 15 years of time, and then walk or hop to the front of your mat, just to see if I could do it. You know what I mean? Like, my brother's on this beautiful property, and there's a lot of different options, like where are you gonna film? And just from a compositional standpoint, it was a really good challenge. And so I spent like an hour and a half capturing that on film. And frankly, I was irritated the entire time. Watching yourself on camera do yoga, my God, is that confronting. It's like, yeah, I thought I was doing it that way, but boy, is my belly sagging way more than I thought it would. My point is, I just did my own thing. I'm just gonna keep saying this. If I can do it, you can do it. It was great. No one even cared. And I learned so much by doing that particular filming exercise. Again, it was like a little bit out of my comfort zone, and it related to the work that I do because I'm just trying to get better at filming. Super fun and helpful. And just like, yes, I have my own priorities, my own life. I'm doing my thing. This is awesome. The last thing I'll say is, overall, I have come to a kind of acceptance around a couple big challenges with these particular humans. My brother has changed his circumstances. He fell in love a couple years ago and now is married. Our connection has really changed, and that has been a bit challenging for me to adjust to. It's taken some time. I mean, we're there. I had to let myself do some grieving. And then the same thing with my mom. I love her to pieces. We are really good friends, and she is suffering and declining, and her mental capacity is changing. And that has been really, really tough to witness and be close to. These are just more things that if I can find some kind of acceptance and move on in healthy ways while still being a loving part of the family, that's just going to affect how I show up. And these are the people that I'm the most needy towards. So for me to be able to come to this, it's kind of a big darn deal. Like, I could do this stuff with anybody else, but with my family, no. And I really got to connect with my family. So we had really sweet dinners, once at a restaurant and once at home, and just chilled out. And then once I'd been on my adventures at the bars, I could have fun stories to tell. So that was really fun. And my mom could rest the way she wanted to and spend quality time with my little dog. We even went shopping for a brief time because, again, she can only do so much, but I know she loves going there. So we just went for about a half an hour before we had dinner. So it just all worked out. What I found was this was a way to enjoy my life while also embracing the people around me. And that just seems like an art form that I hope everybody can master. And I'm sure you have your own version of doing that. Is it possible for you to just enjoy your life, have your needs met, get your desires met, all that jazz, like pursue what you want in the presence of people you love that might see things differently and expect things from you? This is like perennial challenge for those of us who are kind of sensitive people-pleasing types. I don't know all the answers, but this stuff seemed to work. I walked away from there there have been times where I drive home after Vermont with some tears in my eyes because it's just things have been changing a lot and it's been rough. But this time I left and I'm like, wow, was that fun? And I felt really connected to everybody up there. And also I was ready to go home. So I am living proof that it is possible to love people with all you've got and also have fun. So if you are the lovely people pleaser, if you have a hard time standing up for yourself, especially when you're around a bunch of nice people who love you, but you're you just do things differently in certain ways, may you find your own truth, honor your own fun, and love people with all you've got. Smoocheroo. Hey, thanks for watching. I wanted to invite you to subscribe because this is what we do here. I try things that help me connect to other people and also myself, and then I come and report back with helpful data, hopefully. So I'd love to have you stick around. Thanks.